Well, here it is. The show after Thanksgiving. We got all that turkey and stuffing still digesting in our bulbous bodies. I couldn't think of a good adjective for us. But, yeah. We're still digesting, and with that, we still got all those leftovers. So what better way to pay homage to our leftover turkey than to talk about a real stinker of a turkey from this past year, like we do every year with our third annual leftover turkey episode. And we picked a real barn burner. The one film that everyone almost resoundingly hated from this last year. John Travolta as Gotti. How did it turn out? Well, no spoilers here, but it is a top turkey it is a leftover turkey for a reason here on a very gobble edition of the review. Why did I turn to Cosby there at the end?
Oh no.
Get your drink. What's the matter, you?
Didn't have a pube on his prick.
His hair.
Damn it.
It was a hair on his prick.
Close enough. Pube on his prick is better.
It's
more alliterative.
Yep. Yeah, you should have put pube on his prick.
Welcome to the Review Repube. Show where two small town dudes give your big gangster opinions. That's awful. I am, of course, Short of the Max Extreme.
I am famous 1980s pop star Pitbull.
Oh, this episode is hot already. And we are doing the lauded, the accoladed movie Gotti this evening for our third annual leftover turkey episode.
We watched 3 horrible movies for you people.
Where every year we watch one of the worst rated movies of all year.
Yeah.
And see why it happened to be so. Give you the reasons.
Yeah. Lay them down.
Why we are doing this, I have no idea, because every single time I'm like, why did we do this to ourselves?
Hey, this is the first year we didn't have to pay money for it, though.
That is true. That is true. That was a sour note the last 2 years. I'm going to pay at least $3 for the worst experience of your life.
Yeah. It gives you indigestion.
It does. Hey, but before we get into Gotti, JT.
Yeah.
Why don't we get into some news of the week?
Okay.
Why don't we start out with Robin Hood?
Robin Hood.
Robin Hood.
Robin of Locksley.
Robin of Locksley.
Oh, Robin of Locksley.
That new movie came out on Thanksgiving weekend.
Yes.
And didn't do so hot.
Didn't hear good things about it.
Didn't hear good things at all, really.
I heard it made like $9 million on a $100 million budget.
Because you're throwing out numbers, I'm going to throw some T-stats up at you real quick because I thought it'd be fun.
Okay.
Here we go. Robin Hood 2018 featuring Taron Egerton.
Yeah.
And Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
And others.
Yeah.
With a budget of $100 million.
Bendy Mendy's in this.
Bendy Mendy's, of course Bendy Mendy's in here.
Of course. They got to get a slimy villain.
Of course, you were right with $100 million budget. Opening weekend made $9 million. And let me tell you, that opening weekend for Thanksgiving is a 5-day weekend. So, there you go. Domestically, as of the 27th, it's only made $14.9 million.
It's getting close to that, making its money back.
Creeping up there.
It's creeping up.
Worldwide.
It's going to be a cult classic, Troy. Just wait.
Worldwide, it's made $23.8 million. So roughly just under $9 million it's made overseas.
Oh my God. What studio put this out?
Lionsgate. Rotten Tomatoes has it at 17%. IMDb has it at a 6.9 out of 10. And Common Sense Media gave it a 2 out of 5.
What did Box Office Mom have to say?
I looked for Box Office Mom. She didn't review it.
Damn it.
I know. I am disappointed in the mom here. She needs to pick up her game.
Come on, Ma.
And I didn't even want to even look to see if she would reviewed Gotti. Spoilers.
Doesn't seem like anything up her alley.
I don't know how many buckets she would have gave Gotti. Who knows? So yeah, Robin Hood not faring too well. I didn't see it myself. Obviously, nobody saw it.
Yeah.
But there were a few.
I think Taryn's mom went and saw it a couple times.
Maybe. She saw it 9 million times.
Yeah.
My
boy!
my
special boy!
The Weekly Planet guys, they ended up seeing it. They likened it a lot to the King Arthur movie that came out last year, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But a ripoff of a Guy Ritchie movie.
Oh, so
like
even
it wasn't
better.
even as good as a Guy Ritchie movie.
Like they ripped off a shitty movie.
Yeah, right.
I love this shitty movie. Let's steal what this shitty movie does.
Yeah, and then not do it as good as that.
Yeah. It's like making diet water.
yeah. So, Robin Hood didn't do so hot. You know what? Maybe it'll pick it up in the second weekend. Who knows?
Maybe.
Time will tell.
You gotta get some steam behind them.
Right? Some good press.
Yep.
It needs all and everything. So let's move on to some Sony news, JT.
Okay.
Sony, we know, still has that Spider-Man property. Doing
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man. Doing Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse coming up very soon.
Yes.
Advanced screenings have already come out. People are giving it favorable reviews.
I've seen this as well.
I don't want to get too much into it. Just personally, I don't want to get too much into it because I don't want to ruin it for myself.
Yeah.
Spider-Man being one of my favorite superheroes.
Of course.
I've
also heard that Aquaman has pretty decent reviews out too.
Aquaman, you say?
Yes, Aquaman and Spider-Man.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not talking about either one of those superhero properties right now. We're talking about Sony's other superhero properties that they own.
Yeah.
The Valiant characters.
Okay.
That they've been threatening movies with.
Threatening? Love when you use the word threatening.
2 years or so when Sony picked up the IP for Valiant stuff. They were going to make a Bloodshot movie and a Harbinger movie.
Yeah.
And then culminating in a crossover event called the Harbinger Wars.
Oh, God.
They were going to start out the whole experience with Harbinger, then followed by Bloodshot, Harbinger 2, Bloodshot 2, and then the culmination, the crossover event.
It's going to be like the Avengers, but people are not going to know what the fuck this is.
Exactly. It's going to be exactly like that. So, the Harbinger movie just got a director on board, and it might be a writer-director combo.
Okay.
Justin Tipping. You probably never heard of him because I wanted to look him up.
Yeah.
And he's only has minor TV directing credits.
This is a good sign.
With a inexperienced director like that, Sony could probably push him around a bit.
Okay, because Sony always has the best judgment when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah. So
Venom was awesome, right?
You know, it's made a ton of money.
Hey.
You can't fault it for that. It did its job, I guess, fiscally.
All right, Troy. Well,
it did
shit in my Cheerios, why don't you?
Listen, you're not wrong. And it's just not that good of a movie. But for whatever reason, it took off, and it's probably that PG-13 rating that really made it more money than...
Yeah. I didn't see it, but I guess Sony put out a trailer for the Blu-ray of Venom where they try and sell it as a romantic comedy.
Quit trying to Deadpool it.
I know.
Fucker.
Sony's so full of shit.
Anyway, so Sony's Harbinger movie got that director. Originally, it was going to be the first movie on the slate, but what I don't know if I commented on this before already, but it actually got bumped because they're going to do Bloodshot first.
Okay.
Because they've already started casting for Bloodshot.
Vin Diesel, right?
Yeah, Vin Diesel's going to be the titular Bloodshot.
Titular.
And I saw some other names in there too. I can't remember off the top of my head. So yeah, now the Vin Diesel Bloodshot movie is going to be coming out first, which is probably a good... I've read both of these titles before.
Yes.
It's probably a good idea. It's an easier idea to get your head around.
Okay.
It's like pretty much a unstoppable Terminator guy, but he's an action hero.
Okay.
And I think if they play it up kind of like a cheesy 80s movie, or maybe like a 90s action movie,
all right,
I think it'd probably come off pretty well.
Hey, I'm for checking it out.
Yeah.
As long as it's good.
If they try to play it off like The Expendables, I don't think it's going to work very well.
Well, you know Sony, they heard that and they said, that's exactly what we need to do. We need to do the exact opposite thing that people want.
And then Harbinger is not really that big of like a heavy idea, but it's pretty much the X-Men, only everybody has mental powers instead of like physical powers.
Sweet. So it's like Push?
Yes. But, I mean, they have like telekinesis, or like they can have pyrokinesis. Yeah. All the kinesises are fair game.
So it's gonna be a lot of video of people looking like they're gonna shit their pants,
putting one hand in the air, trying not to shit themselves. Yeah, maybe one of them has a hand on fire. Even you never even know. So that's that. So you're looking forward to Sony Valiant stuff. You're shaking your head. All right.
I'm just. Hopefully the mic picked up my shrug.
It was quite audible. Speaking of, I don't know, movies. I don't know. I thought I had a great segue, and I realized I didn't.
Speaking of what we always talk about,
Netflix is going to have a new animated property coming to its streaming service.
Yeah,
pretty soon. They're going to be a animated Roald Dahl features.
Roald Dahl
of Willy Wonka.
Nice.
BFG.
Okay.
And Matilda.
Good. Let's see if they do the BFG good.
Oh, did you see this Steven Spielberg one?
Yeah, it's not good.
Not good. Ooh,
it is bad.
It is bad.
Steven Spielberg, you do not do children's comedy very well.
But
there's
anyway,
some cool action scenes in it.
That's it.
Bad everything else.
Oh boy. Well, Netflix is hoping to capture a pretty well-known IP of Roald Dahl stuff.
Yeah,
like, it's pretty Willy Wonka especially.
Yeah.
And all of these ideas are fun, whimsical things.
Oh yeah.
For like a children's programming where they can expand upon them and make them not necessarily canon or anything, but just have like fun adventures in that kind of world. At first I was when I was reading this, I was kind of against like the Willy Wonka one.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know what? Who cares? If they're making it for kids,
yeah.
Like, what's the big deal anyway?
Oh, shit, they've done I think they've been doing like Tom and Jerry's where they go to Willy Wonka.
Yeah. So
fuck it.
Yeah. Who cares anymore? But so yeah, those are like the three properties that I heard that they were doing, and I don't know if Roald Dahl has really anything more to offer.
Which one's Matilda? Is that the one where is she like a witch or something? Or
yeah, something. You remember the movie from the 90s?
Yeah, the one with like the little girl from Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, she's got like weird powers or something. I don't know if she's a witch or she knows magic or I don't know. Seems fun. I don't know. For kids, like, oh, I'm a little girl who has magic powers.
I want to say Rosie O'Donnell was in it, but I think that was Harriet the Spy.
I think it was Harriet the Spy. Danny DeVito was in Matilda.
Okay, yeah, now I'm kind of remembering it. Is Rhea Perlman in it?
Yeah.
Rhea Perlman always follows Danny DeVito. They were banging each other on that time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. There's the fat kid who eats cake in it.
Oh yeah, now I kind of remember. Doesn't he get like a cake like dropped on his head or something?
I don't know, man.
All right, we're gonna watch Matilda next week.
Anyway, so that's coming to Netflix. If you're interested in that, check that out. I don't know, probably next year sometime, whenever. Animation takes forever, so I don't know when they're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And let's see, last bit of news I got, JT.
Okay.
Deals with the Fox-Disney merger
Whoa.
It all seemed like it was going very swimmingly through this whole arbitration process.
Yes.
Until they hit a bit of a snag, JT. Did you hear about this?
No.
You hear about this?
You hear about this? Did you see this? Did you hear about this?
See this? They were hit with a $1 billion lawsuit.
Oh.
Over a Malaysian theme park deal that Fox had before they sold their rights over to Disney.
Uh-oh.
So they agreed in Malaysia to build this Fox-themed theme park with all their Fox properties and stuff that they still owned.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, they thought it fell through. Now, the details on this were kind of shady to me, because Malaysia wanted them to have a theme park built in 30 days.
Oh, Jesus.
And Fox deemed that nigh impossible. And they were going back and forth on whether or not they would even do it. But I guess the contract is still valid. And so now they're slapping Disney with a $1 billion lawsuit because they'd be out that much money for this theme park. And I'm like, okay, well, if you're kind of on and off the table, I wonder if it can get swept under the rug. I don't know, get some high-class Disney lawyers on it.
Oh, shit.
Who knows?
Or just give them the gross of one of the Avengers movies, one of the Marvel movies coming out next year.
That's what I'm saying. Disney probably has the capital.
Yeah.
I mean, they spent just a lot of money to get Fox.
Just tell Malaysia to point at a movie, and then they get that gross of that movie next year.
Yeah. Oh my God. Disney is gonna fucking wreck
There's
next year.
so much shit coming out for Disney.
There's either 1 or 2 movies of Disney's coming out like almost every single month next year. They are gonna rape. They are gonna. I want to see their ending gross of next year. It would probably make me want to cry and crap. Or crap out of my eyes.
It's gonna be Disney in 2019 is gonna be that scene from Breaking Bad where Skyler leads Walt into that, and he's like, we can't put this anywhere else." He just leads her to that big warehouse full of money, and just like, we just can't do anymore. We can't put this anywhere else. You have to stop.
No kidding. Jesus Christ. You know what I also learned is that last year, Disney globally, through all their parks, made $20 billion in revenue.
Jesus.
$20 billion!
So
just
give
their parks!
One of those to Malaysia then.
I don't know what they're doing. So also, on with this deal as well, that Disney doesn't want to put a park in place of the Fox one.
Yeah.
Because it's next to a casino, and they want a family-friendly, like, almost atmosphere around their park anywhere they put it.
Well, just drop the kids off at the park and then go to the casino and
But
then
the casino would have to be like 5 miles away or something like that, or more.
Let's put it next to the casino. Drop your kids off at the theme park. Go to the casino, and then when you lose all your money and all your belongings, then have the human trafficker pick them up on the way out.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me, really, when you put it that way.
It's perfect.
It's common sense. But that's pretty much all the news I got, JT. So we'll see what comes with that Fox Disney deal. But otherwise, yeah, that's all the news I got.
Yeah, because Disney needs more stuff.
They need to get that money, JT.
They need all that money.
You see how much they're spending?
They need that money,
They need to
Troy.
make that money back.
You talked earlier about Roald Dahl on Netflix.
I did.
Netflix even looking to get more into the live-action anime train.
Okay.
I don't know what you heard about this, Troy, but Netflix planning a 10-episode series adaptation of the very popular anime Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I've always heard good things about it. I
Same.
would like to check it out.
Never watched it, but I heard it's great.
I've heard it's like kind of like the cusp of like Firefly, where it's like a space western type story.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, I'm for this.
Okay. We'll see.
I am for this. And Yeah, I don't have a lot of news. Like, the only thing I have left is, I guess, Keanu Reeves will be playing a voice in Toy Story 4.
Is he gonna be that fork?
No, I think that's Tony Hale.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
That's better. That's a better choice.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves will be in Toy Story 4.
All right.
That's all my news.
He's just a John Wick
literally
action figure.
cannot find shit.
Well, that will bring us to maybe a possible male scream.
What? Male scream? Times 2?
And the mail coming in this week, once again, from Eric.
What?
Eric writing in once again, guys.
Hey, guys.
Fellas, he would probably say.
Oh, yeah, true.
Finally cut the cord to cable TV. He finally did it.
Good.
He's been hounding us.
Don't let those cable companies keep you as a slave any longer.
That's
I'm
right.
part of MediaCom for internet.
He's finally cut the cable and he has switched to Netflix Hulu. Anything that we can recommend to a new user to watch?
Well, I personally liked Haunting of Hill House.
That's a recent addition. I've heard it's really good.
Very good.
Right now, on Hulu, we are watching a show called Baskets.
We did a review on the first season of it.
I find it very good. Zach Galifianakis joint. He also is doing it with Louis C.K., but
Louis Anderson.
Louis C.K. is a producer on it. I don't know.
True.
He is for the first 2 seasons.
Yeah,
and by that
that's
time,
right.
the second season came out. That's when his whole thing started happening.
Yeah.
I don't know if the 3rd season he's on it. But Louis Anderson plays Zach Galifianakis' mom, and it's great.
Yeah, like she actually plays it, or he actually plays it, like kind of dramatically sometimes, and
Right.
it works.
He's amazing in it. And 3 seasons of that are up on Hulu right now.
Yeah.
And they're only 10 episodes each, 20 minutes. So check that out, I think. That's a good one.
Yeah, I'll give you Baskets. And Good Place. Good Place is on Netflix and Hulu.
Yep, The Good Place. That's some good TV stuff. Netflix has a ton of good, like Ozark is really good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hulu has Handmaid's Tale.
Oh yeah. There you go. Totally getting to that.
Netflix has like a ton of comedy specials.
Oh yeah.
You can't go wrong. You can throw a stone and hit something pretty good on Netflix at this point. Glow. He's a wrestling fanatic.
There you go.
So
wrestling fan, you can watch Glow.
there's 2 seasons of that out right now. Mark Maron's really good in that.
Yes.
As well as all of the ladies on there. That's the titular lady.
Hey,
characters.
ladies.
Hey, lady. But yeah, Eric, you can't go wrong with those suggestions there.
There you go.
And heck, you'll probably find some to suggest to us too.
Oh, I bet.
How about that? He goes on.
Yeah.
Secondly, with the holiday season now in full swing, it begs a question that has been debated for 30 years.
Ooh.
Die Hard, Christmas movie or not? What say you?
Well, this is a good question, Eric. I feel like it's definitely about family togetherness
Okay.
because John McClane is trying to save his wife.
Uh-huh.
It's definitely festive.
Of course.
Lots of good cheer.
Uh-huh.
And warm glows of fire are in there. I know Bruce Willis has repeatedly said that it is not a Christmas movie, so yeah, of course it's a Christmas movie. But Troy, you will be able to be the judge because we are planning for our Monday episode on Christmas Eve.
Yes.
We will be doing a review of Die Hard.
Yes. I didn't know if we wanted to put that out there now, but now that it's out, our answer will finally drop Christmas Eve
Yes.
of 2018, and we'll have the definitive answer.
Yeah.
If
Is
Die Hard's
a Christmas
movie.
Yeah.
So tune in Christmas Eve to find out the answer to that. And then he goes on to say in paragraph 3, Saving Private Ryan may be as close to a perfect movie that you'll ever see. I agree with the A that you gave it, although my favorite Tom Hanks role is Forrest Gump.
Ooh.
I'll hang up and listen. Sent from my iPhone. Thank you, Eric, as always. If you've seen Gotti, let us know. Please tell me you have seen it. I would love
If you've seen Gotti, our condolences.
Please let us know. And thanks for writing in and being a listener.
Yes.
You know what, Eric? Just thanks for being you.
You're a good man.
Saw his post on Facebook about not getting any snow. He's pretty sassy about it. Did you see that?
Jesus. Oh, bitch.
Got him!
Got him. Gotti.
Oh, my. So, yeah, there we go for mail, JT. Mail. Now, starting next week, I right before we started recording, I threw out a tweet, JT.
Yeah.
That tweet being, is there any movie this last year that you've missed and have not yet seen?
Yeah.
I have gotten some responses already.
Ooh.
Fuck, let me open it up. God damn it. How does Twitter work?
I just locked myself out of my own phone.
Here we go. A question to the audience. What movie did you miss this past year that you wished you have caught in theaters? And we have two. One from Ben Crone from the
Credits Due.
Credits Due. I was totally spacing. From Credits Due podcast, Game Night. He missed Game Night in theaters.
Yeah.
And another listener, Mikey P.
Okay.
He said he missed the 2001 remastered 2001: A Space Odyssey remaster when it came out in theaters.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Yes. I
did see Game Night.
I have not yet seen Game Night.
Ooh.
And I didn't see that. Obviously, I don't think that 2001 remastered was even here.
No.
In our area.
No.
But like, I don't know if I would go and see 2001 remastered.
I think if I were to ever see 2001 again, it would have to be on a big screen.
Yeah, oh yeah, I could say that for sure. But I appreciate the craftsmanship of the movie.
Yeah.
But overall, I think some parts are a bit sluggish. And we did a whole review on it earlier.
No, we did. Go ahead and check it out.
Yeah, so check that out. But you'll have all our opinions there. And if we get more throughout the night, I will chime those in.
Do it.
Because from here on, well, sprinkled throughout the rest of the year,
yeah,
we'll be doing episodes about movies that we missed.
Yeah, movies we missed in 2018 to kind of round out our top 10 list at the beginning of next year.
So thank you, Ben Cron and Mikey P, for those additions.
I've already started building my list, Troy.
I've got a list right here. I showed you right before we recorded.
Yeah. Well, you have a list of things you still want to watch. I'm building my top 10 list so far.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting so far.
Are you gonna flip the world on its ear?
I might.
All right.
The world might go into total anarchy.
Well, with all
Number one, Gotti.
Oh no!
You just didn't get it, Troy.
It's too artsy for me. Well, that being said, I do have a bit also, JT. So
Fuck.
I know.
Okay.
Want to load up those bits?
Time once again for another episode of those bits.
People dying, it's the pits. Please stay tuned to Neil's bits.
Roll Tide. Oh, shit. Okay.
All right, we're in. The person that we lost this last week is Steven Hielenberg. If you don't know who that is, he is the creator of SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah.
He died pretty early at 57 from ALS.
Oof. ALS is the worst.
Yeah, so...
If you don't know what ALS is, look at pictures of Stephen Hawking. That's what ALS does to you.
Yeah. He created SpongeBob in 1999,
Yeah.
the year that Prince was going on and partying all about. He's going to party like it's 1999.
Yeah.
Not only did he do SpongeBob, but he also wrote for Rocko's Modern Life and Rugrats.
Nice.
If you're a Nickelodeon fanatic out there.
That's more up my alley. I never really got into SpongeBob.
Well, I think it came out a little
It was
too
like
late.
Yeah, it was right. We were right on the cusp of SpongeBob. Like I knew some people that still watch SpongeBob, but I was kind of falling out of Nickelodeon by the time it came out.
Yeah. Not that I haven't seen... I've probably seen maybe 20 episodes total.
Yeah. Well, I think we were like in like 8th grade when SpongeBob came out.
I want to say though, like we were actually into high school when it actually dropped.
Really? 'Cause I want to say I was a sophomore during September 11th.
We were sophomores.
So then 2000 would have been...
But I think it was the early part of our freshman year.
Okay. I think it dropped in the summer, so it was like between 8th grade and freshman year.
I don't know how time works. Regardless, I wasn't into it.
Yeah, we were
But-
high schoolers.
And not that I wasn't into it, I just didn't. Now we're just talking about just shit about SpongeBob.
Fuck SpongeBob.
No, but obviously it caught the world by storm,
Yeah.
and it took it by the haunches, and it just gave you everything.
SpongeBob might be the most memed thing ever.
Yeah, it's still being memed.
Yeah. It's still being made.
Yeah.
They're still making episodes of it.
It's crazy. It's literally been going on for almost 20 years at this point.
Yeah.
So it's nutso.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't have SpongeBob without Steven Hillenburg. So
Yeah.
with that, we tip the cap to you, sir.
Yes.
Wish you a
Bikini
fine...
Bottom is lighting off a 21 Krabby Patty salute.
Very good.
To
Really
you,
pulled
sir.
it together there at the end.
I was trying to think of things from SpongeBob.
Squidward finally smiled,
Yeah,
but had a tear in his eye.
he did. Even though tears shouldn't exist in a world full of water.
Listen, I don't know what to tell you anymore, man. But anyway, Steven Hillenburg, R.I.P.
Yes.
Well, with that news, JT, let's lighten it up with a little tourney of random.
Well, I got some
movies.
trailers, Troy.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I didn't have any, so I don't have any in my notes.
I got a few. It's two teasers. One is
It's done.
one that's not so much done. One that's not so well known, and one that was pretty big that came out on Black Friday. The one that came out not too long ago is Disney is doing an adaptation of the children's book series Artemis Fowl.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Have you heard about it?
I'm
At all?
only vaguely even familiar with it.
They put out like a teaser trailer for it. It looks like typical like CG fantasy Disney shit.
Okay.
But from what I heard, like the premise is pretty interesting. Like it's pretty much like a 10-year-old that's like a criminal in like this fairy land.
Okay. Is he the fowl?
Yeah, he is the titular Artemis Fowl.
Okay. Good.
But I guess in the books he actually comes off as like a huge dick. Like he's like a crime boss in like this
Oh.
fairy world, and he's
Oh.
like 10 years old.
He's the Gotti of fairy world.
He's Gotti, yeah. These motherfuckers trying to take my fairies. More on that later.
T-Bone's prick.
Yeah, I even got to pew my prick. Next one, Troy.
Yeah.
You brought up last week that there was supposed to be a huge trailer on Black Friday for Avengers.
Rumored to be, yes.
Didn't happen.
No, it
but they
did not.
We did get a big teaser trailer regardless on Black Friday, which was The Lion King. Put out a teaser trailer for its new live action film coming out.
Yes.
And it looks like a bunch of scenes from The Lion King in CG now.
Yes.
That's all I can really say. It does not look any different from the cartoon.
No. I think I brought this up when I referenced Dumbo last week.
Yeah.
Is that all these remakes that they're doing are pretty much just the same. Like, Dumbo
Yeah.
looks like the one that's going to actually depart a little bit from its original source and maybe change the story up a little bit.
Yeah.
But this looks like
This
the
looks
Lion
like
King.
they're just straight up mining nostalgia at this point. Like,
Yeah.
they're not really creating anything. They're just finding nostalgia and mining it for money.
Because I want to say, like, Lion King is pretty tight, pretty perfect.
Yeah.
It's one
Like,
of the...
it's not even, like, that much made in the past that it warrants...
Right.
Uh,
That's an odd way to say it, but yes, you're right.
I know. I was trying to piece it together as I was going, but it's new enough. You don't need.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But you never know. Like, it came out when we were kids, and now we're adults that will go see it and take our kids.
Yeah.
So I mean,
don't know.
Disney knows what they're doing. They'll probably make $1 billion off
Mm-hmm.
it. What are we doing?
They'll go give it to Malaysia.
That's right. But yeah. So anyway, I'm kind of looking forward to it because they've got a pretty cool cast lined up for all the
Yeah, I am
characters.
interested to see what they do with the cast, and I guess I did hear that Amy Sedaris is in the cast. She's playing a completely created role for the film.
Oh, okay.
So I guess they are adding. They must be adding new stuff to it,
Okay.
but I don't know. They're not gonna. Can't see them straying too much from the story,
Right.
and or even like straying that much from actual scenes that were in the movie.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, whatever.
We'll see.
We'll see what's going on.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. But you said it, Troy. Tournament of Random Movies.
We're there.
Beer Fest versus The Lone Ranger
Yes.
was last week. Just see you won, Troy.
No.
Troy, you can rest easy. Beer Fest is out.
Yes.
The Lone Ranger has won.
Yes.
I'll double check to make sure. Because I didn't see, but last I saw it was winning by quite a bit. So I just came to the
Just gave up.
conclusion. Like, yeah, this fucking one. Yeah, there you go. Lone Ranger beat Beer Fest.
Yes. Finally, the internet is working in my favor.
So no Beer Fest. Ben Cron was who was the one that said that they wanted? No, it was one of those guys from Madison or something that wanted Beer Fest.
Yeah. Yeah. Just trying to troll me real hard.
He just wants to troll
I think it
you.
was Phil. Pop Culture Phil.
Fucking Phil.
Yeah, just fucking with us.
Uncle Phil. But we got our final four now, Troy.
All right.
We got our final four, and it's gonna start with our first semi-final
Okay.
with Street Fighter versus Jerry Maguire.
Okay.
What do you got in this one, Troy?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm leaning right off the bat towards one. And I think I'll say it. I'm leaning a little more towards Jerry Maguire on this one, I
I
think.
hear you. I hear you.
Yeah. I think Street Fighter would make a fun episode.
Yeah,
But I'd rather watch Jerry Maguire.
I know. I haven't seen Jerry. I don't think I've ever seen Jerry Maguire all the way through.
Right. Yeah. So there you
And
go.
I think it
That's
would be a
what
fun
I'm
one.
leaning towards this one.
Okay,
See what the internet thinks.
there you
next
go.
week, huh?
Street Fighter, Jerry Maguire
Mm-hmm.
for next week.
Okay.
It's gonna be interesting.
All right. So make sure you vote, retweet it, get your friends to vote on it. Get your shitty friends to vote on it.
Get your dumb bullshit ass friends to
That's
vote.
what I do.
Troy's been paying people out the ass to vote for Lone Ranger last week.
Yeah.
So there you have it, Troy.
You'll know when the one I this may be saying too much, but you know the one that I want to win is losing when I'm retweeting that son of a bitch like crazy. Sometimes I'm not even coy about it. Sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to watch Beer Fest. Vote for
Retweet.
this.
Retweet poll. I fuck Beer Fest. Oh shit.
Oh, fun. We have fun here, don't we?
Oh, we have a blast. Look at the smiles. Smiles all over our faces.
Speaking of fun. Let's get into our just leftover dump of a turkey.
We're not even trying to hide what we think of it.
I mean, it's obviously a bad movie.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm going to come out of this mean like, I think I really liked it.
You know what? I think America got it wrong.
Dropping June 15th, 2018.
Summer release.
That's right. With a budget of $10 million.
All right.
Domestically, Gotti made $4.3 million. And worldwide, didn't release. Didn't release worldwide.
Didn't do so well.
Boy. Rotten Tomatoes has this at a 0%. IMDb has it at a 4.9 out of 10. Peter Travers from Rolling Stone magazine
All right.
has this at a 1 out of 4. And Metacritic has this at 24%.
Jesus.
Yes. JT, do we even want to try to say
Troy,
what happened in this movie?
I...
You want to give it a college try? You want to pass the buck to me?
Jesus Christ. You can try. I don't even know... I can't even tell you what the fuck happens in this movie.
So, it is a biopic documenting points in the life of the Teflon Don, John Gotti.
Yeah.
Real life mobster of the Gambino family.
Yeah. Leader. He was the boss of...
Well, yeah, becomes the head Don.
Head down.
Of the Gambino fam, and was christened the name the Teflon Don, as he was went to court 4 times in 5 years and never had anything stick to him.
Yeah.
So that's how he got that name. So the movie is a stylized biopic of his life, jumping around in different points in time.
Jumping.
And then we'll get to that, and then it just kind of ends. There you go. Is that good enough? Does that kind of do it justice?
Yeah. That's probably closer than I probably would have said.
I'm not trying to give you specifics during it because I really couldn't probably tell you.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of this movie was just waiting until I noticed something that was happening of substance.
Yeah. Okay, so this movie starts out very odd.
Very odd.
And, okay, so it starts out very odd and ends very odd in these weird kind of bookends.
Yeah.
And it's like a fourth wall breaking thing where John Travolta as Gotti is talking to you, the audience.
Yeah.
About how if you grew up on the streets, the only 2 things for a man to do is go to jail or die.
And I did both.
And then title card, Gotti.
Yeah, doesn't everyone die?
And then, so you're like,
I think that's not about living on the streets. It's about being human. Human beings always die.
So at first, I thought it was going to be like a weird thing where he's kind of like narrating maybe the whole story.
Yeah.
And it immediately does not. Because then it jumps into old man Gotti in jail.
Well, this is what confused me because they start diving into like his story, but it's not like how he started. They just go right into, I did this mission once where I shot a guy. And you're like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so you shot a guy. And then they go, without any explanation, it's the end of the movie.
Yeah.
They're going like 30 years into the future, and his son is talking to old man him.
Yeah.
Who's got fucking throat cancer, and you're like, wait, did I hit a button? What happened? They don't explain. They don't even like give you like a year where it's like, oh, we're in the future now.
Yeah, they do that later, but they don't do it here.
Yeah, and those scenes in the prison are useless.
Yeah, because they're kind of treated as like
they're the same scene like 4 different times.
And it's at first it's kind of treated like how Columbo was talking to Fred Savage in the beginning of The Princess Bride.
Yeah.
It's like, let me tell you a story about my life or whatever.
Yeah, but then he doesn't. He just repeats the same shit over and over. Every scene is him repeating the same shit over and over again. Motherfucker, I got in here. You can't say you're guilty because they just fuck with you like they fuck with me. They fuck with me all the time. I'm looking out for you.
Yeah.
And it's like all this shit with Pop. I can't do that.
I need to take the plea, Pop.
Motherfucker, you can't do this stupid shit, motherfucking fuck. You can't fucking do this fucking shit, fuck.
I know. Sometimes when we are a bit loosened up, we are liberal with the F word. But
my God,
this movie
is like
as a crutch.
Yeah, he'll be like happy as can be, and he'll be like, "I'm eating a fucking hot dog."
Mm-hmm.
And we're like,
yeah,
what is happening?
You gonna let this guy dress up as a fucking police officer?
Yeah,
and he's like,
"What's the matter with you?"
There's literally something.
There's literally a scene where him and his wife are just yelling, "What's the matter with you?" like 3 times back. What's the matter with you? You gonna have a police officer? What's the matter with you? We all be in prison. What's the matter with you? They're literally, it's like a scene where they're just yelling, "What's the matter with you?" back and forth at each other.
Yeah, that scene was amazing. Let me pull up my notes on my phone here really quick. Oh, look out.
Oh, man.
Little brother's baking up a batch of whoop ass on Twitch.
Yeah!
Anybody wants to check it out.
Baking up a batch of whoop ass.
This movie has a very strange soundtrack.
Yeah.
It was glaringly bad.
Yeah, it was mostly 80s music and Pitbull. That's it.
There were 3 Pitbull songs in this movie.
Yeah.
And so at first I thought that when they were jumping around in time, they're using popular songs of that year or era to tell you what time this was taking place.
Yeah.
But that can't be true.
No.
Because
there is a
Gotti died in 2002.
Yeah.
And Pitbull, the songs they were playing wasn't even relevant until 2012.
There is a distinct scene in this movie where it's a cookout in 1985.
Yeah.
And they are blaring over the sound system at this cookout in 1985, Fireball by Pitbull.
Yeah,
they are
that's
playing.
What I'm talking about. Like at first, I didn't notice it because I wasn't really paying attention to the years so much. I just knew that it was progressing in time. I wasn't paying attention to the year specifically. Sea Danger was jumping in and out of this movie, and she noticed it because she's like, "What year was this?" And I'm like, "I don't know, I don't know." And she's like, "Well, he died in 2002. Fireball didn't come out until 2012. And I'm like, "Are you kidding? I don't even think this movie is in 2002 right now."
Yeah,
so that is even more amazing.
Yeah, it's the scene where they're playing Fireball in the background. It is 1985.
Oh my god. So not only is that in here, there's another Pitbull song, and then I think Pitbull wrote a song for this movie as well.
I think that's the one that's like plays at the opening credits.
Yes.
Like I think my first note was, this is going to be a bad movie when Pitbull is the first thing you hear.
Yeah. And that was one of my first notes too. What is the point of having the old family video set to Pitbull music in the beginning? Because they also did things where they cut in and out of real life footage.
Yeah.
where they had like Dan Rather and a few things here, or the real Gotti.
Yeah, they'll do scenes where it's like they'll just show like news footage of the actual Gotti, and then they'll show newspaper headlines with John Travolta's head on it.
Yeah.
It's like,
strange.
what?
Why?
If you're gonna do the whole like
pick a lane,
dramatization and real life footage, just show the real life newspaper clippings. Don't take newspaper clippings showing John Travolta's head and then show news footage of the actual John Gotti.
Yeah.
What the fuck is happening?
And I was like, what is the point? Like, I was kind of like, it was early on in the movie, so I didn't want to just like shun it right off the bat, but I was like, what's the point of showing the real life footage? We already know he's real. Like, you can look up that this is a real story, but why do we need to show the real him and a dramatized him? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me why you would want to.
I even think they show actual footage of a dead body in this, where I'm like, can you show that in a movie?
Do they?
Yeah, like I think they show like the actual guy that was killed at that steakhouse.
I don't know. I must have
maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
But they go back and forth between that news footage where I was like, is that are they actually showing the dead body of the guy in the limo outside that steakhouse that got shot?
I don't know.
What the fuck is happening?
Like, I guess it didn't really bother me so much that it would show like Dan Rather or something, because I'm like, it is like a biopic.
Yeah.
So like cutting to things like Dan Rather, and here is John Gotti here murdering people or whatever. It's like, that's fine.
Spot on, Dan Rather, by the way.
Thank you so much. I've been working on it, really. And another thing that tipped me off that I'm like, oh, this isn't going to be good, because the opening crawl had like 9 production studios with it.
Oh my god.
They just kept coming and coming and coming.
Yeah.
It was insane
how
many there were.
I almost wanted to check the timestamp after they got through all those production companies.
One of them being MoviePass.
Yeah, one of them is MoviePass.
And there was a whole controversy when this movie came out with MoviePass.
Yeah.
Because they were just cramming this movie down your throat that you almost had to see it because it was the only movie offered
to
see, because about at this time they were going under.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, if you want to still use it, you can see Gotti.
Yeah.
And I saw a statistic that 40% of the opening gross was from MoviePass owners.
Which, by the way, I had to recancel MoviePass this week.
Again?
Yeah.
They still been deducting things?
Yeah.
Jesus
Fuckers.
Christ.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Fuck MoviePass. I got an email where it's like, hey, MoviePass a member. And I'm like, what? And then I went and then I saw that they were like trying to charge me again. I'm like, cancel.
God. You are not getting that money back.
I just want them to go under.
I'm surprised they're not yet.
Yeah.
Do people still use it?
I have not heard about it in a long time.
I thought they were done. And also to go back to piggyback on the music a few times too, they use a lot of pop music in this. Well, not necessarily pop music, but popular music of the era, which, like I said, but like there's points where they use it to such a volume that I can't even really understand the dialogue that was going on, because everyone has that thick New York, like, Italian accent.
Yeah, you can't understand a fucking thing anyone's saying.
And especially when you got Pitbull blaring over top of it, and you're like, what are they talking about in
There's,
this?
like, some really odd scenes that they have, like, music blaring, too. Like, you're literally watching a man burn to death to West End Girls.
Yeah. So, like, almost every single scene, too, like, I noticed when they started playing music, it's like every single scene had a piece of music to it. Mm-hmm. There was not really any real score to this. Here or there, I'm like, oh, they're just a few, like, moving notes. But I wouldn't say there's a real score.
Yeah.
They just used a soundtrack throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was all over the place and just blaring and loud, and I didn't care for it, really.
Yeah. They, like, bought, like, an I Love the 80s soundtrack and
Yeah.
Pitbull's album, and then they just were like, okay, here's our soundtrack.
Yeah. Bad. It was bad. And I don't think we have to even mention this really, but we said that it jumps around in time, especially a lot near the beginning, like going back and forth and back and forth. Once it finally kind of sets into a story, it kind of just progresses forward a little bit.
Yeah.
It still does jumps in time.
If you call it a story.
Yeah, I mean, I guess throughout the movie that you're watching, it jumps kind of all over the place. And that does not help it at all either.
No.
Because it is choppy as fuck.
Yeah, there's so many scenes where like you said, there's jumps in time, and then there's sometimes where it's like they just don't give you the date. So then you don't even know what happens in this scene in relation to everything else.
Right.
Like they'll just like cut to something and they'll be like, "Hey, it's at Times Square," and then they won't give you the date, and then they'll give you the date for the next scene, and then it's like 5 years in the future where it's like, so when did that last scene take place?
Right.
You didn't give us a date for that last scene.
Yeah. I don't know. It was bad. Like, I usually don't even... It's bad when I realize that it's bad, because otherwise I don't think I would notice.
Yeah. There's a lot of, like, reading in this. Like, they either give you, like, places or names, like, and they give you it a lot. They don't introduce any of it to you. They just give it to you in text form, and then you're like, what am I supposed to do with this fucking information? Why do I care it's taking place in these boroughs?
Yeah.
What is this in relation to me? I don't know where this is. I don't know who this guy is. Why are you showing me his name?
Right. And I also could never remember anybody's name in this either.
No, because there'll be times they don't even tell you. They just show it to you when they just like they like pan across him. They just show you his name and the fucking thing, and you're like, okay, is that supposed to be important? And then they'll have like these big conversations where like fucking Travolta's like, we got Paulie. Paulie's over here fucking with us, man. I don't know who's Paulie?
Yeah,
I don't know
who is Paulie?
Yeah, I don't know who the fuck this guy is.
So like that was like another big like problem too. Like I never really felt really any tension because they never told a real story.
Yeah,
they're just giving you a clip show of this guy's life.
Yeah. Like, oh, I got Johnny the Fish over here. He's trying to fuck with me. I don't know what the fuck he's trying to do. You got Paulie over in my ass. I'm like, who are these fucking people?
Yeah, is that Paulie the Fish? And how is he fucking with you? Because he seems like he's just over there having a drink.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's... I don't know. Like, I think this would have... Maybe let's play a game on how you would make this story about this man's life better. How would you go about doing it?
Like, well, I feel like this is almost done. This movie is almost made in like the sense of like a fan fiction. Like somebody who was a really big fan of John Gotti, it just like uses all of their geeky knowledge about him to make like a movie they can jerk off to. Because it's like, it's like I felt like this movie was like a like New York crime era thesis paper where I'm like, I don't know what the fuck is happening. You're explaining a bunch of people. I don't even know who they are.
Yeah.
And it's just, I could not tell what the fuck was happening.
I know this movie was trying to be made since like 2010.
Yeah.
It went through like several different scripts and directors and stuff before it finally stuck with one of the guys from Entourage directing it.
Yeah, the Dylan, whatever his name is.
Yeah, I don't know. And it also had a bunch of names attached to it at one point, and names that they were trying to get. Like, Joe Pesci was originally cast as, like, Gotti's, like, right-hand man.
Oh,
the bigger, heftier guy.
The guy from Constantine that would, like...
yeah, carved that thing in his hand.
carved in his hand.
And then Lindsay Lohan was originally cast for this too.
Oh my god.
So both of them were... Well, Lindsay Lohan was let go from the producers.
Yeah.
They didn't want her in it. And then that was probably like when she was like fucking up way big time back in like 2010 or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Joe Pesci sued the movie because he was cast as the friend, so he put on a ton of weight.
Yeah.
And then they recast him. And he's
God.
like, what the fuck are you doing here? I put on a bunch of weight and you fucking recast me as this guy? And that's my... I've been working on a lot of voices.
Yeah, you're over Leo Getzing over here.
So he sued the production company for doing that.
Yeah. Which one?
I don't know. I didn't even care to look.
Which
to
one
be
of
honest.
the 8 or 9 that are
I don't know.
fucking on this movie?
And then there was also Sly Stallone was championed by John Gotti Jr., the real life John Gotti Jr. to be in this movie, and he never was.
The one to play me.
Yeah, he's pretty much a me. So yeah.
The John Gotti Jr. in this, it's over the course of 30 years doesn't age.
No.
They even like show like footage of the actual John Gotti Jr. like when he gets like they'll like show like footage of like the person playing John Gotti Jr. like sitting in the court, and then they'll show real footage, and it's like the real footage is like this dude that's like 200 pounds heavier and like
yeah,
looks like shit, and then you have this other guy that's just like this pretty boy,
handsome.
this pretty boy with his slicked back hair, where you're like, this is awful. Don't even show this.
I also like to like even at the very like farthest future moments of this, where he's talking to his dad in the prison.
Yeah,
like he's supposed to be like 40 years old here. Maybe
he's got to be 40 because like,
and all that they did was put glasses on him to make him look older.
Yeah, and then they like fluffed up his hair as opposed to not having it look like someone fucking took a shit on it and like slicked it all the way back.
Yeah,
his hair was so gross in this.
Yeah, and I don't think this was like a haircut that was in like the 80s.
No,
like
because he had like he had the side shave with like the fucking long hair slicked all the way back and like slicked back to where it's like you go through probably like a jar of pomade an hour.
And I think it was working against him that he didn't really have that long a hair either.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like never really. You would have to use a lot of pomade to get that shit to stick down. Anyway,
it's not even. It's like
I know quite a bit about hair.
If you're gonna have hair like that, just shave your fucking head because it's like it's not even moving.
Yeah.
It looks like like his hair looks like it was painted on his head.
Yeah. Also, I found out that weird fact about this that I think the Gottis are actually like consultants for this movie as well.
Yeah.
Because like Travolta was wearing like some of John Gotti's actual clothing in this movie.
Oh my god.
And he said like that intro bookend scene where he was doing that whole weird fourth wall meta stuff.
Yeah.
That he's like, I really got into that and it's so memorable because I could smell his cologne on his old coat. Oh. And I'm like, Travolta, you are fucking weird.
Yeah, this movie tries to make Gotti seem like a fucking hero, where he was kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah, he was obviously a piece of shit, but like, they also try to play that dichotomy. It's like, hey, he's keeping those neighborhoods safe.
They don't, this movie's a huge fucking crime of like telling us stuff but not showing us.
Yes.
Like the only thing it really shows you in terms of like how he helps the neighborhood is like that one scene at the Pitbull barbecue.
Right.
Where like cops show up and they're like, look, it's too loud, we're gonna have to shut you down. It's like, you can't shut me down. Fine, you can put me in prison. I'll just get a bunch of lawyers and fuck with you or whatever. And then the cops are like, oh, okay, we'll just leave.
Whatever.
Like, turn it up. And then they're like, everyone's, yeah, Gotti. Yeah, you're disturbing the peace. Woo.
Yeah. Fireball.
1985. But they just like, they do all this shit and then they're like interviewing every person that they show that was interviewed about John Gotti just seems like the biggest like dumb fucking mook asshole.
Yeah, that's perfectly said.
Like he's just like, hey, boy, he's fucking protecting the neighborhood. We got fucking crime out there. This guy's fucking regulating this shit. Why are they putting him in jail? Bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, maybe because he's a fucking crime boss and he's having people murdered.
Yeah.
He never fucking killed anybody. He never fucking killed anybody. He killed his own kind.
Yeah.
Like, you don't man, you don't know.
Shut up.
Jesus Christ. And we wonder why Trump is president.
So I watched one review this morning about this movie to see like if they would bring up anything that I would miss or whatever.
Yeah.
So I can make sure I write it down to like comment on it. And they really didn't say anything else different than what like I was gonna say. But that led me to like it auto played into a real life 60 Minutes segment where they were interviewing John Jr.
Yeah.
And I want to say that the person making this film also saw that interview.
Yeah.
Because the very in order of when John Gotti it's like after he tells his old man story and then it jumps to the beginning of the movie, like in the earliest parts of the movie.
Yeah.
From that point until, well, I just listened to John Gotti talk until I couldn't listen anymore. And to the point where, like, he pulls up to the house that he doesn't even know where it is because he's getting out of jail.
Yeah.
That, all of those beats that he was telling 60 Minutes was exactly how it played out in the movie. Like, verbatim. Like, even the exact verbiage that they use in the movie was from this 60 Minutes interview.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, this is uncanny. I need to bring this up. It was like I was watching it again. Like it was unreal. I'm like, no way
God.
they didn't just make a movie of the 60 Minutes interview.
Yeah, just put in the credits based on the 60 minutes of John Gotti Jr. getting interviewed.
It was unreal. I couldn't even believe it. And then that's pretty much all I got about this entire movie because I don't think it really comes to a fulfilling ending. Do you have any more notes?
No, they just just based on like specific things in general, but
right.
Like yeah, it's just they just get to a point where like yeah, everyone's going to jail and they don't really like nothing gets explained. Like they just do shit for the sake of doing shit. Like in the beginning when Travolta shoots that dude and then they do an old man scene. Yep. And then they just cut right to Travolta's in jail, but it's like younger Travolta.
Right.
We're like, oh, so he went to jail for shooting that guy, I guess. And then he gets out and like, yeah, and then I went to jail again for shooting that one guy. And I'm like, so why'd you go to jail the first time? Like they just do shit. Like they don't even like lead up to scenes. They just present scenes and they never tell you how they got there. Like they'll just have like a scene where Travolta's in jail, then they cut to old man Travolta being like, I told you to bring your fucking transcript so I can read it. I don't care about my cancer. I care about you getting out of jail. Yeah. I don't want you to go to jail.
They put part of my tit on my face.
Yeah, I got tit on my face. Yeah, so they'll do that for a fucking awesome 5 minutes, and then they'll like cut to like back in the past, and then he's like at home, and it's like, wasn't he in jail before? How'd he get out of jail?
I don't know. And that one scene too, where like he goes to visit his dentist and then does a mission. Like
yeah, well he was still in jail, and then he got these dental visits where he could go to the dentist, and then he could like sneak. The dentist was crooked.
Or something?
The dentist was crooked, so he let him sneak out the back door to another car where he could do a hit and then go back to the dentist, get changed back up into scrubs, and then go back to prison.
Jesus.
Where I was like, okay, whatever, but they don't give you any basis for the things that he's doing. He's just shooting people.
Yeah, and I'm like,
so then
why
you're
is
like,
this important?
Yeah, why is this important? And then why did he kill that guy? Like, you're not getting me any basis for why he's doing things. He's just doing things, and then it feels like the director's just like jerking off. It's like, oh yeah, John Gotti, yeah, John Gotti's cool.
the disappointing thing is, like, I think that his actual story, not the movie, but like this man's life, I think is interesting.
Yeah.
And I would like to see it played out, maybe dramatized, but maybe it's just better just watching like a real...
I think the most interesting part of this movie was like the ending headline when they talked about like how, I guess, like, they talk about like how police officers were like setting all of these like murderers and like rapists free because they were giving information on John Gotti Jr.
Yeah.
And they wanted to put him away for more time, where it's like, this movie could totally be like a statement on like how far are law enforcement willing to go to put away one guy? Like, how much are they willing to like break down the social system just to aim for one guy because they have a vendetta?
Yeah.
Like, that would be an interesting story.
Yeah.
But they don't do that. They just fucking they comment on it a bunch of times, but the movie is just a bunch of random scenes that fucking Kevin Dillon is getting hard over. Like, oh, we gotta put that fucking steakhouse hit in there because that, oh my god, I remember seeing it on the news and I fucking jizzed my pants.
Bro?
Because, like, the way this movie introduces characters, like, I even, like, wrote it as a, let me read my verbatim note.
I love verbatim notes.
It's like, so many names of people I don't know or care about. I feel like I'm at someone else's high school reunion.
Yeah, perfectly well said.
Like, because they literally just show people. They don't introduce them. They just have their name underneath them, like talking to somebody, and then they won't be like a part of the story until like 20 minutes later, and when you've already forgotten about them.
Yeah.
And then you're like, who is he in relation to somebody else? Like, it's Paulie. You know, I just shot Paulie. Who the fuck is Paulie? I swear there's like 9 fucking Pauls in this movie, and they never say who's who. It's like, I got fucking Paul fucking trying to kill me, and then got this other Paul over here trying to fuck with me.
Paulie.
Why don't you just say
Paul?
Yeah, why don't you just say him? Just say the fucking adjective or pronoun. Yeah. Just refer to people in pronouns. That's about the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
You're just saying random people's names I could give less of a fuck about.
Yeah. It's at one point you just go numb in this movie and it's like, all right, what else?
Like, I mean, I won't say I was angry at this as I was like Noise. But I was just confused. I was like, why am I still watching this?
Yeah, and with all of its faults, it's also just kind of boring.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing really to get behind. And so you're just watching this progression of scenes happen, and some of them really don't go anywhere to progress a story. Yeah. So you're just like, what is this? And you just like near the end, I literally was just nodding off. And then I caught the ending, and I'm like, do I need to go back? Nah. Like, what would I gain from it?
Yeah.
Like, the last 20 minutes, I was, like, in and out of it. And I'm like, what did I really miss?
Nothing. They don't say a fucking thing in this.
So, I don't really have much to say about it else.
Let me just... Oh... One of the scenes that I thought was... Did you watch the scene when his son is hit by that car?
Yeah.
It is... Does that driver look at all impaired?
No.
Like, what the...
No, not that I can remember.
It looks like... Like, how the fuck did that kid get hit? Like, there's even like they even show like the kid like weaves into the road and the guy is just casually driving, and then it just cuts to like tires screeching, and then people screaming, where it's like the guy wasn't going any faster than 30 miles an hour in this like residential area, and he is well aware the kid's like close to him because he sees the kid drive into the road and then back out. So what was he do? Did he literally just want to murder a child?
Don't know.
There's like this guy is just like they don't show anything where it's like he's not like distracted or anything. I'm pretty sure he's got his hands at 10 and 2 on the fucking steering wheel even. And then it's just like they cut to fucking Kelly Preston at the fucking washing dishes, and then you hear like tires screech. Like he just went from 30 miles an hour to 70 miles per hour when they cut away so he could murder this child.
Hey man, I hit a deer going 30 miles an hour, and I totaled it out my car. So,
but
think of what you can do with a kid.
Even if so, yeah, when you're driving, like if the deer were to run into the road and then run back out, would you slow down?
Oh yes,
a little bit.
Obviously, I would.
But yeah, it's such a fucking dumb scene. It's like they don't present any reason why the driver would hit the kid. They present a bunch of reasons why he shouldn't have hit the kid, but yeah, no reason why he should have, and it's so dumb.
Yeah, and it's too bad because that was like one of the more emotional parts of the movie, and at one point I thought it could actually be emotional, but like it doesn't play it well enough that I care enough.
There's a scene where Travolta goes up to Kelly Preston and she's like hysterical, and he's like, "Oh, just get the fuck over it. Go eat some fucking cereal." 4 years later.
Well, there's
legit. That's what it is. She's like hysterical, and he's like, "I mean, it sucks, but just get the fuck over it. Go eat some fucking cereal." 4 years later, Christmas party, she's fine.
Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, they do. After that, they do show that he's kind of like a tough guy and keeping like a straight face and like doing all that with his family. But then as soon as everybody's in bed, like John Jr. wakes up and looks downstairs and his dad's crying in the chair. And I'm like, that should have been played off a little bit more to show that he actually has an emotional side.
Yeah.
But then that's it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he doesn't show any other emotion except for anger in the rest of the movie.
Yeah, Travolta plays John Gotti like everything pisses him off, even things that he likes.
Yeah. I fucking really like that.
I'm so fucking happy right now. What the fuck? I'm ecstatic. Look at my boy. I'm so fucking proud of him.
Now get out of here.
Yeah. God damn it. I'm so fucking proud. Get the fuck out of here. I fucking love you.
What's the matter with you, huh?
Yeah. What's the matter with you? What are you doing? Like, oh my God.
Oh my.
Nothing makes him happy.
No.
I got my fucking tit on my face.
Pube on his prick. So yeah, anyway, this movie is obviously bad. It's flawed from like the floor up.
Yeah.
But I really do think that the actual real man's life story would be interesting. And while doing research on it, I've seen that there's other things out there of his story.
Yeah.
I think it's more of it's like a documentary kind of type stuff. But maybe I would get more out of that than I would like a dramatization or something.
Yeah, this is literally like Kevin Dillon fucking jerking himself off, like jerking off to like stories he's heard about John Gotti.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And it's no good. I mean, this movie's an obvious F.
It's probably, I would say even compared to Noise, this is probably the worst movie we've ever done on here. Because it is just like,
what did we do last year for
Book of Henry? But Book of Henry was even more
than this.
Like this is like, I remember you always bring up the point that, well, at least the story was coherent, and I'm always like kind of brush you off where it's like, I don't give a fuck if it's coherent, it sucks. But then then I watch this where like the story is very incoherent.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, okay, I have more respect for that opinion. That okay, I'll give you credit that the story was coherent, because this is not coherent in the slightest.
No, it's not. It's bad all the way through.
Yeah, this is like Happy Gilmore syndrome or Billy Madison syndrome, where I feel even dumber about John Gotti's life having watched this.
I award you no points and may God have mercy on your soul.
Pretty much.
So yeah, I mean, it's an obvious F. Like, it's not even so bad it's good. Because I think that's the appeal of some people to want to watch this. And I didn't know even going in if that was going to be the case. I just heard it was bad.
Yeah.
It's just, don't see it.
There's some laughably bad parts in this, but it's not enough to watch the movie.
No.
Just find the scene where they're playing Pitbull at a barbecue in 1985, and then that's about it. That's the most fun you'll have.
Yeah. Even, like, the funny lines that we keep bringing up aren't even that funny in the context of the movie.
Yeah.
It's just that we've said them 100 times, and I think they're funny. So, yeah, the movie's bad. I recommend not watching it at all.
No.
Not even for, like, a fun drinking thing. Don't even do it.
Yeah.
Don't. Just don't.
Yeah, don't play this at a party expecting to have fun because everyone's just going to fall asleep.
Yeah, and everyone's going to hate you and never come to a party of yours again.
And send you to jail.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else you were into this last week, JT?
I watched the movie Alpha.
Yeah.
That came out this last year. I would say if you're a dog lover, it's a good movie.
Okay.
Do you know about the movie Alpha?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like it takes place like I think they even say it's like 20,000 years in the past, and it's like about like a kid that becomes friends with like a wolf. But no, there was some charming moments to it. It made me like want to like hug my dog, and then my dog was being an asshole, and then I was like, well, fuck you then.
So you punched your dog instead.
Yeah. So it caused animal abuse, so it's a good movie. But I mean, it was fine. Like the CG, there's definitely some CG moments where it's not that well done, but you can tell it's like a cheaper film. But all in all, I thought it was, for what it's worth, I thought it was pretty charming.
Okay.
I liked it. And a movie that was suggested to me from Credits Due this past week, I watched a movie on Netflix called Caliber.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear Credits Due this last week yet?
No, I must have missed it. I thought I downloaded all of my new episodes, but I'm going to go look right now.
But I think Tyler Owen brought it up as like his recommendation for the week. And I was just laying in bed and I couldn't sleep, so I watched it. It is really fucking good. I think it's like a movie from, I want to say Scotland, but it's like a Netflix original. And I won't, I want to give away too much because it's definitely one of those where you kind of have to have it wash over you. But it's basically like two friends go on a hunting trip in like a small town in Scotland, and shit just fucking goes downhill.
Okay.
And it's really fucking tense. Like so much of it is like, it's hard for me to say that I wouldn't do what they do in this. And what happens to them, I'm like, well, fuck. Like, because they even though they end up in some crazy ass situations, they still seem to be somewhat have like somewhat like rationale about the situation and try to tackle it in what they think is the best way possible, and it still just leads them down a bigger hole of bullshit where you just, because you feel like they're doing like the best thing possible, then you feel like the bad shit happening to them is happening to you.
Oh boy.
Where you're like, ugh, God, it's so fucking tense. But it's really fucking good. I highly suggest it. And kudos to Credits Due for the recommendation, because it is a really fucking good movie.
I downloaded the recent app just now. I don't know why it didn't update. I've been updating every morning and just didn't show up. Anyway, so I'll listen to that tomorrow.
Yeah, but Caliber on Netflix. I think it's spelled like the weird European way. It's like Callibre.
Okay. Calibre.
Yeah, but it's Caliber.
Okay.
But it's fucking Jesus Christ.
Jeez.
Good.
High praise. Anything else?
That's it.
I haven't been into too much this last week. I read a few comics. They were pretty good. Otherwise, I've just been watching Baskets. Season 2 and 3 are now on Hulu. So we've been getting into that.
And I want to get back into it. Me and Molly are still working our way through Bob's Burgers.
Oh, geez, there's quite a bit of that.
I know. I mean, Bob's Burgers is fine, but I don't like marathoning it as much as Molly likes it. So I'm like, all right.
My little brother likes Bob Burgers a lot, and I feel bad because he tries to like use it as jokes here and there, and I've never seen more than 3-4 episodes. And I like what I watch. I just like I never feel like watching Bob's Burgers for whatever reason. And he's like, "You suck." So anyway, Baskets is good. I praised it earlier on in the show.
Oh yeah,
but yeah, it's good. Check it out sometime. Baskets on Hulu.
I know. I want to get back into it.
Before we sign off for the night, I want to see if we got any more things that people missed during the year. No, nobody else has seen it yet. So we got those 2 recos.
Those recos.
to I don't even know if they're recommendations because they missed them, but send them on the show anyway. Too bad you missed them. Hopefully you got to see them sometime.
Yeah.
Huh? So, what do we got coming up next week, JT?
Well, next week, I guess you want to go with my pick for our what we missed in 2018. Well, my pick for the what we missed in 2018 is a film I very much enjoyed. The film written and directed by Bo Burnham, 8th Grade.
Yes.
I very much enjoyed it, and might say it might end up in my top 10 list.
Oh my God, no spoilers. But,
no spoilers, but
yeah, I have yet to see this one. I know it's it's available to rent on Amazon Prime if you have that right now, so you can catch it out on VOD. So it's there for you to watch if you want to watch before next week's ep.
Yeah.
Monday we're going to have a flashback ep.
Flashback ep. We'll go, since we're on the leftover turkey train, we'll go back and visit our leftover turkey from last year with the Book of Henry.
Okay.
Especially since that one was like a weird 2-parter, because we tried to fit that and the Punisher series in one.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
That was
it was a long
order.
That was a long fucking episode. This one, yeah. So at least with this, we can kind of cut it down a little bit.
Okay.
For you.
Yeah, if anyone hasn't seen Book of Henry, that's a wild ride. So check out our review for it on Monday.
Yep.
But yeah, I am looking forward to 8th Grade, so check that out on Thursday with the rest of that week's news.
And then we'll try and aim for another movie we missed in 2018 for that Monday's ep after 8th Grade.
Okay. Then we'll announce that on Thursday.
We'll announce that on Thursday, so fuck you guys.
But that's going to be the show. So if people want to give you things that they also missed, JT, during the year, where can they do that?
Find me at Bucky4Everyone on Twitter, also Bucky4 on Instagram, and he went at Bucky4Everyone on Snapchat. Try.
You can find me at Troy to the Max, and you can give me all of your deets of what you've missed this last year for the just throwing them in there for an episode here or there. What the people out there missed. We'll sprinkle them in.
Yeah.
So send them in.
Yeah.
Troy to the Max. You can do that. If you want to hit us both up.
You ever doing the Rick James, the Dave Chappelle Rick James?
Yeah, with the hand
motion. The hand motion.
So you can hit me up at Short of the Max. You can hit us both up if you want at Review Pod on Twitter. You can find us also on Facebook if you wish. All of our new episodes are uploaded on to reviewpod.podbean.com. Mm-hmm. But we're also on a multitude of other platforms such as Google Play. We're on Stitcher. We're on Spotify. We're on iTunes.
All kinds.
If you do listen on an Apple device, go ahead and rate and review us there, because if you like the show, that helps other people find the show. Mm-hmm. If you are inclined to want to write into the show, I would very well push you towards our Gmail account, which is reviewreviewpod@gmail.com, where our buddies like Eric and Jude and Judith would write in too.
So, Judith, we haven't heard from you in a while.
I know. She was, you know what? She was really into the musical stuff, so maybe she just hopped on and then maybe just hopped off the further Go for a ride.
All right.
Sometimes I do that with shows too.
That's fine.
I can't blame them.
That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We're getting higher. Getting higher in register right now.
I know. I mean, it's okay if you
I mean,
want
it's fine. If you don't want to listen, it's fine.
But
You don't even
that's
sound like people anymore.
I think that's all the plugs there. If for whatever reason, if you want to listen to on YouTube, it's also available there as well.
Yeah, if you want to. No one listens.
It's
on
just
YouTube.
it's just another venue.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought about maybe sometime actually doing like a fun video thing to throw up on there.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, when do I have the time to do any of that?
Yeah. It's.
My dream for a video to put up on there is to like treat this like an episode, like one of those old Christmas like specials where people drop in.
Yes.
And like it's all filmed in black and white and everything, and it's like in a 60s ranch house and all that kind of stuff.
That would be the best.
That'd be so fun to do. But I don't know when.
Have someone come in dressed as Bernard.
Just get the real Bernard to see if he's available.
Yeah, there you go. Doesn't charge that much.
Yeah, get real RDJ coming in here, the real Stone Cold. All of our guests that we always have in.
Yeah.
We haven't had in for a while, but yeah, that'd be a good time. I don't know, that won't happen. But that's gonna be the show. I think that's good. That's got to be it.
Okay.
We gotta end this sometime soon, right?
We gotta.
You know what really chaps my ass before we...
Okay, here we go.
I never got that
Good
fucking
old Troy
PS4.
Oh, no.
God damn it. It's really rubbed me the wrong way.
It's okay, Troy. It's always next year.
Oh. Next year. I guess. That's it. I'm just going to end on a depressing note.
Depressing
Where I
note.
just exhale and then it just...
Waiting to exhale.
Yeah. And just... and then end of show.
For Troy Max Extreme, I'm JG3K.
Yeah. But really, I'm pissed that I didn't get a PS4.
They're
all gone. Well, anyway, maybe I'll get it during Christmas. Who knows? Maybe Chelsea will surprise me.
Maybe.
Or maybe not.
We'll see.
But until Christmas, where I finally get my PS4, or not, I have been Troy to the Max Extreme.
I am JT3K.
And we are off.